a lovely way to spend a Saturday afternoon, right? So we're very happy with the bond that the judge set. I think it's fair and reasonable given the allegations. We hope that Mr. Kelly's able to get the money together and post bond sometime today or over the weekend, and he'll be released. We're going to see the chief judge on Monday. For those of you who are from out of town, the way cases work here is you go to bond court, then the case is assigned to the chief judge, which is actually the room just over there, and he then assigns the case to a trial courtroom upstairs in this building in our courthouse, which was actually built for Al Capone when he was charged years ago. In any event, so we'll get our judge on Monday. After we get assigned to a judge, we'll get what they call discovery, copies of police reports, video if it exists, lab reports and so forth. Might happen Monday. Sometimes it takes a little while to get that stuff. Sometimes it takes a long time to get that information. And then we'll be in a better position to evaluate the evidence. Right now he's presumed innocent. We haven't seen any reason to believe that these allegations are credible. I heard about sort of the narrative of them for the first time today, the same time all of you did. And I can tell you that in listening to it, there certainly are problems with the cases. One lady coming forward, decade plus later, claiming she had non-consensual sex, no outcry, nothing like that, and the things we look for in these cases. But we'll wait and see what the evidence is. We'll evaluate the evidence. We're putting together a team of attorneys to defend him. One of them is camera shy, Steve Fine. He's in the back over there, and we'll start fighting the charges.
Steve, do you have any reason that he will not be able to come up with that?
When I first met Mr. Kelly, it was because there have been problems. This is someone who should be wealthy at this stage of his career, and through mismanagement and through people hangers on and bad contracts and bad deals and bad leases like he had in his studio, he really doesn't have any money at this point. I don't even think he owns the rights to I Believe I Could Fly.
And so do you think that he'll be able to come up with the money for bond?
Yes, I think he'll be able to come up with the money for bond. It's Saturday, it's a little bit difficult. You've got to get a bank, you've got to get $100,000, but hopefully he gets out today. Some people are working on that now. We don't have, for the out-of-town media, you're one of, for the out-of-town media, we don't have bail bondsmen in Illinois. In Illinois, they got rid of bail bondsmen back in the 60s. Everyone can guess why they did that. So here, a bond is set, so the judge set bond at $1 million, and he knows when he sets that Mr. Kelly has
So you're saying despite R. Kelly's fame, he doesn't have $100,000 sitting around in the basement?
He's trying to get it together. He doesn't have it sitting in the bank, sitting in a shoebox, sitting anywhere. No.
Mr. Greenberg, I reported Thursday for the New Yorker. There is a sitting grand jury in the Southern District that is issuing subpoenas. There is a 25-member Homeland Security.
Are you the
task
former
force.
record guy?
I'm the one you ignore. My name is Jim DeGregatis.
Okay.
There's a 25-member squad in Homeland Security investigating violations of the Mann Act and sex trafficking. And I hear Paul Howard is about to have a press conference soon about indictments in Atlanta. All of these people talking to all these investigators, they're all liars. I just want to make sure I got that right, because that's what you've been saying.
I am not aware of any federal grand juries that are looking into Mr. Kelly. Federal grand jury investigations are supposed to be secret.
So is this?
So, well, it was supposed to be secret. So you've got better sources than I have. I'm not aware of anything in Atlanta. If they make allegations, we'll address the allegations. He's presumed innocent. He's entitled to that presumption, not to be tried in the media, to have his day in court.
So you don't know anything about any other investigations?
I'm unaware of any other investigations. I haven't been contacted by any prosecutors from any jurisdiction anywhere. I haven't been contacted by any attorneys saying that they're representing a witness who's received a grand jury subpoena, anything like that.
I can tell you your name later.
Steve, is part of your strategy that this is double jeopardy? Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, certainly we know one of the allegations apparently involves the same alleged victim as the earlier case. I wasn't involved in the earlier case. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to have to make a determination Is it the same incident? Is it a different incident? It's not just a question of is it the same tape or is it a different tape. It's a little bit deeper than that. We'll look at the evidence, we'll evaluate it, and we'll make that determination. I have not seen that tape. I only know what you guys know about it.
Are you going to argue that it was not consensual, or that it just didn't happen?
I'm not sure exactly what our defenses are going to be. Each case is different. There's 4 different factual scenarios. We're going to look
You
at.
said they were all liars yesterday, so I mean, that would indicate it didn't happen.
Well,
You look this way, you
I'm
look your answer.
sure. So you want to repeat your question? So
Yesterday, you called the accusers liars, so that would indicate that the events did not happen.
no, that wouldn't necessarily indicate events didn't happen. That would indicate that they weren't criminal. So, for instance, we heard today about some lady who says that he went there for a haircut and forced her to give him oral sex. That may have been a consensual encounter. I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence on that. That's why we don't. That's why. That's why.
14, it can't be consensual.
Well, that's why I haven't seen any evidence of any 14-year-old victim. There's an allegation of a 14-year-old victim. I haven't seen any evidence of it. So that's why we have a process. That's why we have a charge, and we have a prosecutor, and we have a defense attorney, and we have a judge, and we have a jury, and we look at the evidence, and we figure out what we're going to do. And that's what we do.
Is he going to be here on Monday if he
He has to be at every court date.
So he will, when you meet with the
Yeah, he has to be at every single court date. Yes.
including Monday?
Yes. Yeah, Monday's a very important date because who your judge is one of the most important things that happens in your case, as everyone knows.
Frame of mind. I mean, these are far broader charges than he faced from the 2002 arrest. You got 4 alleged victims here. You heard some of the detail in court. It's pretty damning stuff. The docu-series is out there. He's been dogged by this kind of stuff for almost 20 years. What's his ruling?
Well, I mean, obviously,
He's kind of facing felonies here.
he's upset. It's obviously more difficult because there's 4 separate cases, and last time there was only 1 case. But each case is different, and we'll address them as they come along. But he's devastated. Here is someone who at one point was a huge star, and now he's sitting behind bars. Even if it's just for a day, he's got these accusations. He's not going to be able to tour, and people, unfortunately. There's this whole hashtag movement. Just because someone says something now and it's 2019, it doesn't make them credible. And just because they said something now and they haven't said something in a long time, it doesn't necessarily make them incredible. We have to look at the evidence. We have to look at what happened. I know on one of the cases, there are a number of interviews where the young lady says, I lied about how old I was. I lied to him about how old I was, and then recently said, oh no, I lied about lying about how old he was. We'll have to look at it.
Showed him the ID, the fake ID, then showed him the real ID. Don't misquote a victim, Mr. Greenberg. Don't misquote a victim. That's not what she said.
Well,